It's about damn time.
Hello YouTube and welcome to AnTREXon Gaming. Today we're going to be taking a newbie look at Tychus, the ranged assassin with a huge machine gun. So let's start our first game and find out what the game is like. I'm going to explain some of the talents and some of the abilities to you and show you some of the better builds for this particular character in Heroes of the Storm. And here we are, our first battle, so let's actually talk about his abilities. And starting with his trait. So his trait is called minigun, and what it does is after a few attacks, I think it's actually 4 basic attacks, you will then start attacking much faster, giving you a higher DPS. So the longer you attack with basic attack, the more effective it becomes, and this lasts for 3 seconds. So this is your main trait, and essentially what it means is that you need to attack one target, or basically try to use your basic attack a few times before it becomes really effective. Then you have your 3 abilities. First one is called Overkill, and this is your main strike. Does crazy damage and also additional splash damage for about 5 seconds, and I'll show you what it does as soon as someone comes out. You also have an AoE slash crowd control in a sense, because this grenade does the following. I'm gonna throw it at the tank. Come on, Sergeant Hammer, there we go. It does this. It has a knockdown effect, and it also does quite a dramatic damage. So it's actually a very effective skill. So here we go, he's running away. So I'm gonna do the same to Regar, and you can actually upgrade it to do a quite increase in both damage and also knockdown. Oh wow, these guys really injured me here. But I was, this is 2-on-1, so it's quite unfair. Anywho, so then you have something called Run and Gun, and what this does, it's a escape slash catch up skill with additional bonus of giving you that needed, what's the word I'm looking for here? The winding of your machine gun. Basically, it makes your machine gun more effective as soon as you use it. So right now, if I were to sprint toward this guy and start attacking him, my machine gun would already be wound up, so I wouldn't have to wind it. Alright, so let's actually look at our first talent while I'm healing somewhere over here in safety. And the first talent you can choose. There are 5 different choices. This here is a scouting drone, which basically removes some of the fog of war. This here is a health regeneration master. Not as useful for this character, I personally think, because you do get a vampiric attack that you can use to restore your health. Then there's a dash, which basically increases the range of this by 25%. Also not as useful, I personally think, because you won't really use it as much in terms of running away, and 25% is not really worth the trouble. There are much better skills that out there you can take. And let's get rid of this guy. Alright, we couldn't, but we got him on the run. Then there is Shatter Grenade, which basically increases the radius of your frag grenade, giving it a little bit more radius, 25 increase on radius, but unfortunately no increase in knockback. There's another talent upgrade that will give you that later. But you can take that if you do use your grenade a lot. And then finally, this here increases the Overkill, which is your primary damage or primary spamming skill. Increases its damage by 20%. So I personally like to take this because it does give me more damage. Then there's level 4 talents. There's Vampiric Assault, which is very useful for this character because that's your main heal. Focus Attack gives you a little bit more damage every 10 seconds. So it's sort of like a passive upgrade to your main attack. Okay, let's stay here for now. Then there's a Spray and Pray, which increases the range of this skill, gives it a little bit more range.
Man's gotta do what a man.
Body block, body block, body block, body block, body block, body block. He ran away, and I'm dead. That was my mistake, so don't make the same mistake, kids, and try to not overcharge yourself. Anywho, so the mistake I made here was that I actually did not see Rainer at first. I realized he was shooting at me later, and
That's sure smart.
the tower actually attacking. I got too close to the tower. Anywho, so focus attack increases your basic attack damage. This here gives you range with overkill. This here gives your frag grenade a little bit more damage because it gives it a little bit of, what is it? I think it's damage over time, 420 damage over 10 seconds. So there's a little bit of increase in damage, but it's not as dramatic as you think. Now, I personally like to take this because this will now give me healing ability, which is very useful for this character. But the one thing I forgot to mention is that your overkill skill can be used while moving, which makes it ridiculously useful. So I can basically cast this. I can cast this, and I need to run away because Rainer's back. I had to go back to heal anyway. So what I was trying to say is that your overkill can be used while moving. So you can attack a target and then chase them and or strafe around avoiding attacks while essentially, there you go, while essentially moving like this. So I'm attacking Rainer and he's getting hit because my skill can be used while moving. Alright, let's throw a grenade. Shouldn't have thrown it there though, but I need to kill Rainer and also Rhaegar as well because this guy is healing everyone. Okay, not doing so well here, not doing so well. Not doing very hot. There's 3 of them against 2 of us. Need to kill these guys though. Rainer, you jerk. Alright, so he died. He killed me again, I died. Anyway, so level 7 talents. There's a first aid which gives you another heal if you find yourself running out low on health. Take this. There is sizzling attacks, which basically increases the basic damage as long as you don't mind using some of your mana. But it's a 5-second skill that gives you 50% more damage for 5 seconds. Then this here gives your minigun additional stacks, which basically increases your attack speed. So you attack faster with your basic attacks. I was trying to move them closer to my towers, but I failed. Anywho, quarterback increases the range of your frag grenade by 25%. So if you took the previous upgrade, you will now have more range and also more radius. Let's kill them, let's kill them. That did nothing. Alright, let's go back to our Nexus for a second. And this here is probably one of the better talents to take because it gives you slightly higher DPS with your basic attacks, which you will be using a lot anyway because that's also your main heal. You have 2 heroics to choose from, and these are... Oh, here we go. Let's kill this guy. Oh, finally. Oh, jeez, finally. So the 2 heroics you can choose from are Commander Odin, which basically turns you into this destructive robot machine mecha thing that has 100% increased basic attack range and also does a little bit more damage, has different skills. There's actually, you can throw rockets, you can fire a laser. It's great for destroying towers and really any buildings, including the Nexus actually. Nexus cannot reach you, but you can reach it. So it's actually one of the better ways of destroying towers for this character. And then you also have this thing called Draken Laser Drill. I'll show you what it does because I think I'm going to take that instead. It's sort of an AoE damage that attacks random targets and does quite a lot of... Here we go. I'm going to use it on these guys. Does quite a lot of damage. And right now it's damaging Arthas consistently, so it will get... oh no, they killed it. It will do some crazy damage for as long as it stays up and nobody destroys it. So it's actually a very, very useful skill because if you place it in the right spot, it does a lot of body blocking, but also right now it currently does 200 damage per second for 22 seconds to one target, so it's actually quite useful. A little bit more useful for damaging heroes, not so much for anything else really. Okay, that's not cool. That is not cool. These guys are really being aggressive. Now let's talk about level 13 talents while these guys are trying to destroy our core. They actually got pretty close to our core, which is interesting. Alright, let's kill these guys while they're here all by themselves. And try to chase these guys down. There we go. Look at that, look at that, look at that. And there we go. First. And Rainer, you're finally going down, buddy. I'm gonna place my turret here so that you can't run away. And look at that, it does quite a lot of damage and it killed almost everyone. I actually killed everyone, look at that. So this turret is a pretty awesome skill to have. It's sort of like an additional damage or DPS that will basically consistently do damage to a target, and you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to control it, it just does everything by itself, even though you can actually control it with the R button. Then level 13 talent, so there's Relentless, which reduces duration of stuns or other crowd controls against you. There's a Stim Pack, which what this does is every time you use Run and Gun, which is your E skill, it will also give you 20% attack speed and 20% movement speed for 3 seconds. So it's actually quite useful because it buffs you for 3 seconds, giving you, you know, an ability to chase down enemies and also do slightly more damage to them for a few seconds. Lead Rain increases the stacking skill of Overkill, so this actually then does a little bit more damage as well. Oh crap, that is not good. Okay, we died. There were like 5 of them behind that gate. Anyway, then there's Lead Rain, which basically gives your Overkill, your main skill, a stacking slow, so you can actually start slowing down targets as well. So if I were to attack these guys right now with my with my Overkill, it would also slow them down dramatically. And finally, you have the Problem Solver, which basically increases your damage against heroes by 0.5% of your maximum health. But the thing is, it's not as useful because I personally think that other characters get this like to 1.5%, which is a little bit more useful. For this guy, it just gives you a little bit more damage. So right now it would actually give me like 15 more damage, which is really not enough, I think. Okay, let's kill everything in our path using both the tower and the thingy. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Jaina, you're going down. I'm doing crazy damage to you. Rhaegar, you're going down. I'm doing crazy damage to you. And Sergeant Hammer, you're going down too. Oh no, wrong way. Can I catch up to him? Probably not. Probably not. Hey. Oh, there we go. Ah, with the grenade. Perfect. Let's heal up a little bit. And choose our level 13 talent. So here the choices are between this and this. This will give me a slow for my Overkill, and this will obviously give me a self buff every time I use Run and Gun. So I think I'm gonna take the slow because I prefer to have crowd control over self buffs. And level 16 talents are as follows. There's Executioner, which basically gives you a little bit more damage against rooted, slowed, or other crowd control targets. And basically increases the DPS as long as they're rooted or slowed. So if you actually overcharge, or sorry, overkill first, and then you use your basic attack, it will do some crazy damage to the enemy. So it's actually a very useful thing to take. This right here increases the... This right here increases your movement speed while your minigun is wound up. So if you use this... Oh, hey, hello. That was actually quite convenient. If you use this first, and then you have this trait, this is basically give you more movement speed for as long as you have this trait. It's 15% more movement speed, so you'll run faster. This here increases the knockback effect of your frag grenade, so this is actually quite useful as well. And finally, Stone Skin gives you a little bit more health for 5 seconds. Now, I think I'm gonna take either Executioner. This is actually, all 3 of these are very useful. I'm gonna take either Executioner or Concussion Grenade, because I think they're both quite useful. But hey, hello, how are you? Let's kill Rhaegar. He's not going down. He's not running away from us this time. And run away from these guys because there's 2 of them. Alright, so level 16 talent I'm going to pick is, I think I would like to have... Well, this is actually very useful because knockback is quite important for this character especially, and none of these are as important, but this will give me more damage after I use my overkill, so it's sort of like a bonus thing to have if you're using a lot of overkill. So I think I'm gonna take this just to have a little bit more damage. Alright, so let's choose our last level 20 talent. Here, you can upgrade your heroic. This will give your Odin more range on the missiles and also make it last 50% longer. You can also launch a nuclear missile, which is actually a very powerful weapon against towers. This here upgrades my laser, giving it 50% more range and also more damage against single targets, so 100% more damage, so it's actually very, very useful, very effective now. Nexus Frenzy gives you more basic attack damage and range, 20% increase in damage and range for basic attack, which is what I'm using right now. And this here gives you a basic teleport in a radius of about this big. So between these two is usually what I kind of struggle. This obviously gives you more DPS. This, however, makes your laser more effective. I'm gonna take more DPS, so right now I'll do a little bit more damage from farther away. Let me just heal up a little bit here and move on to their Nexus. Let's go finish their Nexus. I have all of my abilities respawned, so I should be able to cast my tower somewhere over here. Where are my friends? Where are my friends? Friends, come back. Let's cast the tower right here. And destroy everything. Destroy everything. Destroy everything. Only Arthas. Okay, that's cool. Double kill. Alright, so this was my plan all along, basically to cast the tower in the middle and do some crazy damage, because now it's an upgraded tower. It does really, really, really powerful damage. And as long as I'm basically using my basic ability, I'll be able to heal myself constantly. Alright, so let's get rid of Rhaegar because he's a jerk and he keeps healing people. And the next one on the list is Rhaegar. So basically this is the build that I usually go for. It has a relatively good crowd control, it has crazy damage, single target damage that is, especially because of the tower. I can now take down these things in no time, and as you can see it's attacking me, but I don't care. And because your machine gun or your main attack is so powerful, you can essentially just stand here and do that and kill enemies without really worrying for your own safety, because you will also heal yourself at the same time. So I'm just gonna take down the Nexus, and you can see I'm doing some crazy damage to it just by myself and healing myself at the same time, even though people are attacking me. Now let's kill Arthas, because he's a jerk too, and so is Jaina. Anyway, so this is essentially the build, and this is how this character plays. Even though you're being attacked, as long as you have the vampiric skill and as long as you upgrade your basic attack, you'll be able to heal yourself faster than people can damage you. So by level 20 you'll be unstoppable. So just to go through some of his talents again for this build. So at level 1, consider picking this here because it gives you overcharged more damage, and this is your main skill. At level 4, Vampiric Assault is really what you want to heal yourself. At level 7, you may consider taking First Aid, but I think this here gives your Rapid Charge, your basic trait, a little bit more effectiveness, so consider taking this. Alternatively, you can also take the increase for your frag grenade range, so this is also quite useful. At level 10, it's between the Commander Odin if you want to take down more towers, or the Laser Drill, which basically does, especially with upgrades, some crazy damage against single target. So this increases your single target DPS quite dramatically. Level 13, this I would avoid because it doesn't really give you that much damage against heroes, but either taking this or this is very useful. So this here applies slowing effect to your overkill, which is your Q ability, and this here gives you a self buff of attack speed and movement speed every time you use your E ability for 3 seconds. At level 16, this right here gives you a little bit more movement speed, so if you want to chase people down, this might be useful, but I think this is a lot more useful. This here gives you knock back 100% more effectiveness, so this is from your Frag Grenade, which is your W skill, or this here is even more effective because what this does is every time you use any kind of a crowd control against a target, you will then deal 40% more damage against them. So this is like, say someone is stunned, you can then basically destroy them completely with your basic attack because you will do so much more damage to them. Finally, at level 20, either pick an upgrade to your heroic, or I personally prefer to take this because this here as long as you have the Vampiric Assault, will make you unstoppable. This increases your attack speed and attack range by 20%, so you can then essentially stand somewhere and just constantly basic attack people, and you'll heal yourself while destroying their hit points. Anyway, so this has been AnTREXon with kind of a newbie guide to Tychus. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a comment and leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and check out some of the other Heroes of the Storm videos I posted about other characters as well. Thank you, and game you later. Bye bye.